You're about to meet a very special Dominican writer who calls the Heights a home, Angie Cruz. She's received mucho praise, awards, and perhaps most importantly, respect. I read where you say when you start to write, you dive in.
When I was writing Soledad, which was my first book, I found myself having to write on the train or on the bus and all these short intervals. By the time I got to write Let It Rain Coffee, where I was writing full time, I just dived right in.
There seems to be a lot of family and parallel things in there that reflect your life.
All my works to some degree will be emotionally autobiographical. What's great about fiction is that you could take one little moment in your life and then reinvent it. When Soledad came out, I was a little afraid that my family would think that I was writing about them. So my grandmother doesn't understand what writing a book was, so they would say, oh, she's working on a novela. I said, Mama, look, this is my novela. And she said, I thought you were going to be on TV.
So you're a city kid, grew up in Washington Heights. Tell me about that cultural experience.
It was a Dominican neighborhood, and I mean, I didn't go very far from this area. I went to LaGuardia, and I was just in shock. Kids coming from all over the city, so it was even a first time that I had to engage with different cultures and people. Now, this is 164th Street, and Soledad, I based it here. When I think about Washington Heights, this is the street I think about. And this is my stoop. This is where I spent most of my time. Sitting right here, this was my boundary. As soon as I stepped off the steps, I was in trouble area. A lot of people who've read Soledad will say to me, oh, you write about the hood the way it was. And that's what's great about fiction too, that things change so fast in New York, you could capture a moment.
And it's terrific, and you've opened my eyes.
Thank you.